Recovery efforts are far from over in the Wapiti Fire burn scar. The fire torched 130,000 acres across Stanley and Grangine 2 summers ago. KTVB's Aspen Shumpert takes us to the Salmon-Challis National Forest, where agencies are asking for your input before deciding what happens next.
Thousands of dead trees just like this one falling without warning. And where you'd expect new tree growth to happen, it just isn't. Land agencies are working to restore this land so the Sawtooth National Recreation Area has a different future.
This land is super special to Idahoans.
What used to be a popular spot for dispersed camping.
And if you came back here before the fire, there would have been every spot taken on the weekends.
Now rarely sees any visitors.
No one really wants to camp in a burnt forest with all these trees kind of blown down all over the campsites and stuff.
In July of 2024, a lightning strike started the Wapiti Fire near Grangine in the Boise National Forest. It grew to be 130,000 acres, also burning parts of the Salmon-Challis National Forest and the Sawtooth National Forest. Still 2 years later,
we're seeing effects from the fire like mudslides, road washouts, trail washouts.
Just weeks ago, a flash flood in Boise County triggered a mudslide over the Wapiti burn scar. Over a dozen people had to be rescued, and it destroyed a Grangine campground and trailhead. Timber and Civic Culture Program Manager for the Sawtooth National Forest, Nelson Mills, says 90% of where the entire fire burned appears it will recover naturally. The agency is closely monitoring the rest, including the Sawtooth National Recreation Area near Elk Creek Mountain.
There's a lot of things we need to do to address the future.
Through the Good Neighbor Authority program, the U.S. Forest Service and the Idaho Department of Lands are teaming up on restoration efforts. IDL forester Lauren Steiniger says it's a project neither agency can tackle alone.
It is all one forest in Idaho at the end of the day.
Since the fire, the agencies have continued to remove roadside hazardous trees while collecting data on how the whole burned area is responding. Now they're seeking public feedback on next steps.
This is as much their land as it is yours or mine, and we value what people have to say.
In the orange areas, they'll remove dead hollowed trees that could fuel another fire, pose safety risk, or attract insect infestations.
Getting rid of those will make sure that people can continue to come out here safely and not have that overhead hazard come down at a random time on them.
The green areas are patches across the recreation area where trees are not growing and need replanting.
I see elk tracks. So the animals are moving through here and eating, which is good. But this place would have been forested.
Where parts of the fire burned at higher temperatures, the seed bank was destroyed and wiped out, leaving nothing behind to grow back naturally.
We got to get some trees in the ground.
This fall, the agencies hope to put around 83,000 seedlings in the ground, a project Steininger says impacts every Idahoan.
A healthy forest helps provide healthy, clean water, healthy air. It provides more of that shading for animals to come in and be a lot more comfortable in their natural habitats.
Until then, the agencies are celebrating the rare baby trees that are growing in the recreation area.
But this is our future right here.
The Forest Service is seeking input through Wednesday, August 12th. We'll have a link to that on our website, ktvb.com. Reporting in the Sawtooth National Forest near Stanley, Aspen Shumpert, Idaho's News Channel 7.